Hey, it's a USA Cards Mail Day, Friday, middle of June, raining and cold in Texas, and I'm off. That's a wonderful combination, especially for sitting down and showing you some recent pickups. So let's get right to it. First off, this is my first ever Hope Diamond parallel. Look at that thing, man. It just jumps off of the screen right at you. David Murphy. If you're a Rangers guy, then you know how good David Murphy was. He was a Red Sox when he first came up. He's from Texas, went to Baylor University. He was a first-round draft pick. As a matter of fact, he was, it doesn't say what number he was picked, but it does say he was drafted in June of 2003, first round by the Red Sox, and then we made a trade to get him. Let me just see, because this is what number was David Murphy drafted? So he was the 17th overall pick by the Boston Red Sox out of Baylor University. And let's see who he was traded for. Okay, it says in 2007, the Boston Red Sox traded David Murphy and left-handed pitcher Kason Gabbard to the Texas Rangers in exchange for relief pitcher Eric Gagne. That's correct. How could I forget that? Eric Gagne, did at one point close ball games out for the Rangers, and I like that trade. We flipped Gagne into David Murphy. Let's see what David Murphy's stats. So David Murphy played in 1,100 games, 472 ribbies, hit 104 home runs. His highest average was, looks like, well, his first full year, he hit 275. He got 415 at-bats in 2008. Then he hit 270, 291, 304 in 2012 with 15 bombs. So that was by far his best year. 2012, David Murphy hit 304 with 15 bombs, 61 RBI, 10 stolen bases. So a guy that, was never going to be an all-star, but always going to be there to help your team. And somebody that came up with a lot of clutch hits for us. So, I went shopping. I wanted to get a meaningful Hope Diamond card, and I found a David Murphy, former Texas Ranger, 25 out of 60. All of these Hope Diamonds were limited to 60, and it's in commemoration of the 60th anniversary, you see up here, of Topps. And so found this for $20. And trust me, it's hard to find a decent player at a decent price when you're looking at these. The Mike Trout, so it lasted, and this was just in April, $20,164 for a BGS 8.5. PSA 9 did $25K in November of 25. And that's down from a PSA 9 in March of 2023 did 42,000. So let's see if there's what the pop. There's 11 nines. There's 2 10s, and I bet the 10s are upwards of 100K. Anyway, $20 for David Murphy. Color match too with the blue Texas Rangers. So happy to add this. We'll be on the lookout for more Hope Diamond parallels because they are one of the coolest Topps parallels of the 21st century. Moving right along. So actually, let's go. Well, let's go here. Let's see. Let's go here next. So pick this up, the 99 Fleer Brilliance Juan Gonzalez Gold out of 99. This actually popped up. This is 32 of 99. This popped up on Facebook. Got this on Facebook, and fair price. Paid $150 for this. Yeah, it's PSA 8. It's Juan Gonzalez, who was an MVP, 2-time MVP for the Texas Rangers. Somebody that's important if you're a Ranger collector like myself. And so I wanted to just revisit sort of the other Juan Gonzalez cards that I have. So I have a small PC of Gonzalez. Got the finest. I've actually, let's see, this is a Rose Zero, but it's not the Legacy in Flair Showcase. This is 98, I believe, 1999 or 98. Flair Showcase, Rose Zero. but not the Legacy. This is the Fleer Tradition. This is glossy. This is glossy parallel out of 200 here on the back. I've shown these before. These were ComC pickups. Here's a Donruss Preferred. This is Tidal Waves die cut. This also, this looks like it was out of the year it was produced, so 31 out of 1996. And then here is another Finest Centurion Blue out of 500. So some cool Juan Gonzalez cards, and then I have a few in slabs. I have one in slabs. That is the embossed 1997 Finest Embossed Refractor. Man, these cards are great. I had a Pudge Rodriguez in a 10. I wish I would not have. So I made 150, bought it for 350, flipped it for 500. Maybe I bought it for 250. I don't know. I made a good little profit on that card, but it was a PSA 10, and I wish I had it back. Let's go here. Next is going to be this 96 Ultra Gold Medallion, Michael Jordan. I picked this up at a smaller Dallas card show that was hosted out at Valley View Mall in Louisville. Those that are familiar, that show's growing quite large. It's got 400 tables. The problem was over half were Pokemon. So, but this card is just gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's hard to find a Jordan card right now that is a playing days. You know, it's a parallel, and it is already graded. That isn't. It's hard to find that combination that isn't through the roof. These aren't numbered. The platinum versions are numbered out of 100. But in 96 Fleer Ultra, you had the base, and then you had the gold medallion, and then you had the platinum. I've got a few more examples across some other sports. I believe this is the base for Chipper. Maybe it's his gold as well. Does it say gold on the back? I don't believe it does. Maybe G154 stands for gold. Yeah, G16's got to stand for gold. So here's a gold Chipper, and same year, I believe, 96. The script looks just exactly the same. Actually, here though it says Gold Medallion Edition at the bottom, so I'm not sure what year this is, but I just love the script. This is a platinum here, and this is 97. Love. I mean, it's such a basic, very understated design here. I believe in 97, the platinum medallions were not numbered. But here's a big unit, PSA 8. Now with these, condition is, it's of importance, but like the Jordan's a PSA 6, and thrilled to have a copy. And really, PSA 6 is not a bad grade. It's an excellent to mint condition. Now here is the 98 platinum medallion for Alex Rodriguez. Now this is numbered, so you can see 97 of 100 here. So these platinum medallions did become numbered parallels in 98. So there's my run right there of Fleer Ultra. Love the Fleer Ultra sets. Such an understated design, but these really, really do pop in hand. So happy to add the Jordan. Couple more here. Next, this card I have been looking for and waiting for the right time, right opportunity, right card, and I found it. This, of course, is the 1990 Topps Tiffany Bo Jackson. Topps did a Tiffany set for football in 1990, and that was the only time that they did a Tiffany set for football. Glossy on the front, a brighter back, and I'll tell you what, this truly looks about as centered as it can get. I've seen PSA 10s of this card with worse centering. So I don't know where they got this card as far as why it's a 9, but man, am I happy to pick this up. More and more, I'm paying attention to not only what the number says, but what the card looks like, especially with these older flips. Now, this is a newer one, and these new flips are commanding they're more liquid, they're more desirable at this point, especially with PSA, pausing its valued submissions. When you've got something like, like a 1990, let's say not Tiffany, let's just say 1990 Topps Bo Jackson, and there's 7 or 8 graded. If it were me, I'm looking for, the 9 that has the modern sticker here, because, you know, you can't, I mean, it would cost you $80 to send a raw off now to get it in this modern flip. I don't know if they're still reholdering. I imagine that they are, but I don't know if you can still reholder for 20, 25 bucks. I wanted to pull this out. Yep, I just picked this up. Now, I showed this last video, but it's the 1986 baseball traded Tiffany. So a couple of Tiffany Bo Jackson cards here, and I really like this one. Really been on the hunt for this one. Happy to find it in a 9 with a modern flip. And I paid right around, bought it from PSA on eBay. I paid right around last comp. So anytime you can do that, I think you're doing well on something like a Tiffany. I think the 1990 Tiffany football set is being slept on because, you know, there's only one set. I'm actually trying to go after a couple different cards in that set. This card I also picked up. These aren't too expensive. They are phone cards. So back in the day, you could actually, and who knows, this might still work, but you could get 30 minutes of phone time, and they had different players. Jordan, of course, is probably the most collected phone card out there, but I just thought that was a cool ad. And then finally, I picked this up. So I don't know if you are up on your politics or not, but Spencer Pratt, of course, married to Heidi Montag, they were both they were a couple on the MTV show The Hills way back in the day, and he was considered sort of an a-hole, like a villain type guy. Nobody really liked Spencer Pratt back then, but man, his house got burned down in the LA fires, and it lit a fire under him. And so he got into the LA mayor's race, and the shenanigans ensued. He had a nice lead. He was trying to get to a runoff against Karen Bass, the incumbent mayor, and all of a sudden, here come all these mail-in ballots. Sound familiar? For Nithya Raman, who is just an unknown councilwoman out in LA, and so he feels wronged. President Trump feels like he was wronged, and so I have a sneaking suspicion that maybe his collectibles might inch up. I didn't buy it for the investment aspect. I bought it because I'm a Spencer Pratt fan. This was $80, but yep, some cool pickups. Here they are again: the Hope Diamond, the Spencer Pratt, the Gold Fleer Brilliance, Juan Gonzalez, the phone card, 30 minutes for Michael Jordan, and the gold medallion. Oh yeah, and the, where is it? Where's my Tiffany Bo Jackson? Here it is. And the Tiffany Bo Jackson. What's your favorite? Here we go. So what's your favorite pickup? I think I'd have to go with, probably this guy. But in terms of how expensive, let's see, it was here. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Have another mail day soon. Hope your summer's going good. Hope you're getting some rest out there if you are a teacher, because you deserve it. We'll see you on the next one.